All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with.
My proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
I still need to change that stream elements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions respectfully brings to you the 127th episode of the Four Tales podcast. I am your host, Kyron Silva. Across the way is the lavender novelist of Ace Blade, Danny J. Quick, and together we are your two award-winning blurred comic creators here to help you find your next favorite comic. We are live on the Age the Geekdom Network by Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, so if you're listening or watching us live, thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. So, Danny J. Quick, where is my sketch cover for Ace Blade number 7?
I'm still working on it, sir. Still working on it. It's going to be the best sketch cover I ever did. I'm still working on it.
So, Danny J. Quick, when can I get my sketch cover for Ace Blade number 7?
It'll be done next week. Now when you get it, it'll probably be the week after that. But
okay, so 2 weeks.
It'll be done next week. Yeah.
Okay, so I should expect a package in the mail featuring a sketch cover of Ace Blade number 7, featuring Saw the Lightning Wielder on a horse, drawn by you.
Yes.
I don't even want to color it at this point. I'll take black and white. You don't even have to ink it.
In 2 weeks. It's already sketched. It's already outlined. I gotta ink it and color it though. I have to.
Okay. All right, so y'all heard that. For the millions of people in the audience right now, y'all heard that. 2 weeks from today.
I gotta talk to my editor in chief and make sure that it's okay. Make sure that I can fit it in my schedule because I gotta write Ace Blade 10.
And I already talked to him. He said you can fit it in. You can slide that in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as he's cool with it, I guess I'm fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fine.
Okay. All right.
How you been doing, man?
I'm been all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. I'm getting ready to go to Atlantic Comic Con early in the morning in about 8 hours. In about 8 hours, I'll be leaving to go to Atlantic Comic Con, and I'll be working all day and then driving back that same night. So,
wait, so you're not doing Sunday too?
No, Sunday we got the we're giving away school supplies here.
That's right.
Yeah, we're doing a back to school drive. We're giving away some school supplies. He scared me. Star River, calm down, buddy. Jeez.
Wait. What's the dog's name?
Star
and River. DJ?
Star and River.
Star River.
Star and River. Yes, those are my two dogs.
Not Star, not River, but Star and River.
Star and River. Yes.
Those two dogs.
Two dogs. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's not weird, and also mom kicked me out.
It's okay. But I love these dogs like members of my own family. I didn't want them at first, but now
these dogs that you've had for years ago.
These are the two dogs that my children and my wife forced on me, and now I would do anything for these dogs.
Okay, I have not seen any video of these dogs since you first got them. How big are these dogs now?
They're medium-sized dogs. They're not huge. They're about 80 pounds. They're not big. Together, they're 80 pounds together. Yeah, they're not big dogs. They're medium-sized dogs. They're
okay. Wow.
But I think our guest is an animal lover too. I think he has cats though. Or maybe he has a fish.
Well, I do want to go before we introduce our guest, because once we introduce him, he's not going to stop talking for the next half hour. So, just confirming, in 2 weeks, I'm going to get my sketch cover for Ace Blade number 7, drawn by you, Saw the Lightning Wielder on a horse. Correct?
Yeah. Yep. That's the plan.
All right. What's up, Angelica 100 on Kick? We are about to introduce an amazing creator, an artist, a hater of daylight savings time. He's been on our show multiple times before. I don't even really have to introduce him
twice.
Anymore.
Yep.
Number one commenter on the show most days.
Yep.
I really was looking for his comments in chat. I was like,
how bad I wanted to like get on, but I didn't want to cause like a feedback loop. I wanted to get on YouTube and like start commenting, but I didn't.
Something's missing here, but
Yeah. So we have the wait. I gotta do this correctly because there was a specific way he wanted us to. No, wait. I'm gonna pull this up again because I forgot about this. We have the Royal Lord and High Potentati. What?
Potentate.
Oh, High Lord Potentate. Missed her fish.
Missed her fish.
That's how we were supposed to say his name now. Missed her fish.
We got it.
Well, for a pronunciation, and Mr. is pretty easy, but I have to, okay, for those of y'all who haven't been on the show multiple times, as I have, they sent you out a survey, even though you've been on several times, and you have to fill it out. And being as I've been on a few times, and we're all friends, and like me and Kyron talk every day, I have to come up with, more smart alecky responses each time. I have to outdo myself each time. So, I start to try and get creative.
The survey hasn't changed since we started the show. It's the same survey.
It's a smart thing, though. Like, I wish we were smart enough to do that on our show, but we're not. And
I want to state the reason why I messed up on Potentate is you spelled it wrong. So I wanted to spell it.
I probably did. I didn't have an editor.
How you spelled it. So
I didn't have an editor as I was doing it, or an editor-in-chief for that matter.
I'm available to hire.
No, you're not. You got like 3 jobs now. What are you talking about?
I really do have 3 jobs.
Hire yourself out for more stuff, Kyron. Go ahead. You got more time.
Anymore. You don't have time for this anymore. What do you mean?
Bro, yeah. I really feel like the Jamaicans from Living Color right now.
I got 3 jobs.
Pull a Mr. Fish. Go ahead and do it. Like, you're already working on 6 books. Go ahead and promise somebody else another one. Do it. You can do it. Come on.
I'll just put out there right now. I talked to Sean Barbour today, and he said once I'm done with Black Rose, we can start on server 3. So
there you go.
I don't know how I'm gonna fit that in between editor-in-chief and writing and doing my own books for Taurus Comics and this podcast and the work for CrockerCon, which is next month. So I don't know where I'm fitting all this in.
Oh yeah. I know your pain, man. Absolutely. Like, I just shipped out a Kickstarter, just wrapped up a backer kit campaign, just shipped out this month's Patreon backer books, and now I'm getting riled up for another Kickstarter campaign, going into another client's book, have another client's book after that I have to get done, along with getting on more books at Atlas.
That'll only take 3 days. You'll be all right.
Quick sidebar. If anyone's in the Northern California area, September 12th, and you guys want to come out to CrockerCon, it is at the Crocker Art Museum in Sacramento, downtown, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to have cosplayers. We're going to have comic creators, games. We're going to have Derek Robertson, the co-creator of The Boys, is going to be one of our guest speakers out there. We're going to have a bunch of comic creators. So this is my first time being the head of coordinator of this event. It's the event's 10th anniversary, though, so please come out and come check these out. We're going to have a good time.
I'm going to be there for year 11.
Oh, hey. You want to come out, you can.
I'll be there, man.
My understanding is in this 3-hour time frame, on average, we get about 1,000 people just through the doors. So I have never gone to this event and not made at least 3 figures in that 3-hour time frame. So
wow,
that's insane.
Yeah. Well, you get people who really aren't into comic books, but they want to go support the museum and what they do.
Mhm.
You get some alcohol in them. You get some music going.
There
Because we do
you
have
go.
we have a live DJ playing. We're gonna have food there. We're gonna have a cosplay contest. They'd start spending money.
Hey, there you go. You got the right.
There's a reason those parties at the art galleries have the wine flowing freely. Like
There you go.
It's effective.
Hey, you got the right combination right there.
All right, Fish. What are we talking about today? Because this is all your show now.
No, y'all can't just hand it over to me and let me go wild. Like there's a whole process to this. This is why I enjoy
yes,
this.
we can.
Oh man! All right, welcome to Mr. Fish. We're gonna have a brand new show. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here.
Kyron,
putting me on the spot like that. Don't think I won't take that spotlight and run with it, man.
I know you will. That's the problem.
So I do want to know what projects are you working on right now? First of all, how many projects are you working on right now? And what are they?
Well, the Kickstarter for Call 1 through 4, which had the 2 new issues, 3 and 4, that's finished now. I've shipped it out to everybody except for the one backer who still hasn't filled out his survey yet, so I don't have an address to send it to. But that's completely done. I had a couple of holdouts, but I got them shipped out except for the last guy. The backer kit campaign for Alice Lost in Wonderland issue 1 is done, and I'm just waiting for all the pledges to get collected and everything, and then the surveys go out, and as soon as I get the funds, I'm placing the order. I also have to get like the list of backers so that I can put that on the credits page for the people that back the book, and then that goes to the printers and will be here as soon as possible and get shipped out. We're in the process of setting up the Kickstarter for Fish Tales Volume 2, my anthology book, which had the first volume had the initial first little peek at Alice Lost in Wonderland. Issue 2 has a little bit more of Alice in Wonderland in it, and it also has a brand new story from the world of Green Zone, which shows some of the other stuff that's going on in that world that my son co-wrote and illustrated for me. It's got another backstory from the world of Kaw, showing more about what that world's like before Kaw got there. A friend of mine, T.S. Luther, who's helping me edit books and stuff, he wrote that short story and I illustrated it. Really cool stuff in that book, and it's going to be coming out soon. We're putting the Kickstarter together right now. And otherwise, right now, I'm really pushing the Patreon subscription, because you can go to my Patreon, Mr. Fish Comics, check it out. For $3, you can follow along, watch the art streams and the free giveaway stuff that I do, and see behind the scene posts, all that stuff. For $5, you get a new digital comic every month. And for $10, you get a new physical copy of a comic book shipped to your door every month. And for those of y'all that do comics, y'all know half of that is shipping. So it's a really freaking good price. Right. And they're usually Patreon exclusive covers and stuff. A whole lot of time, it's been one-of-a-kind covers that you're not going to see anywhere else. Yeah. And so they're very limited, small print runs, and really cool. I just shipped out all of the first issue of Alice with a Patreon exclusive cover to the physical backers on that tier the other day. So they're going to get that long before anybody else gets it, because you always get it first on Patreon. And starting this next month, we're going to start with Green Zone, and it's going to be Green Zone issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, the source book, and then for Christmas, issue 4 is going to come out. And I'm hoping to have issue 4 in your hands well before Christmas gets there. So
it's crazy because you're one of the few indie creators that I honestly think you could do a monthly book.
He is.
Call 4. You just started Call recently. I know it wasn't here, but Call's.
I want to say it was last May that I launched the first Call, and I've done a whole bunch of other books in there around that. I did the Fish Tales anthology. I did both of those since then. I've done several client books and other stuff. So a whole issue of Alice just recently.
Yeah, you are also one of the the few successful comic creators that have branched out outside of Kickstarter. Like you mentioned, you've been using Kickstarter before, but now you're going to BackerKit and you've been using Patreon. How is that as far as navigating through all these different platforms and making them work for you?
There is, like with the BackerKit campaign, there's a lot of neat tools over on BackerKit, and they are trying really hard to make themselves unique and not just be another Indiegogo, another fund my comic, another, insert crowdfunder here. They're trying not to just be another thing, but asking seriously, what can we do better? What can we make different over here? And I appreciate that. I've seen a lot of my friends do really well with books over there, so I was already thinking about trying it, and then I got invited to be a part of the Comictopia campaign, which was bringing in a whole bunch of comic creators, and they cross-promoted us, and BackerKit as a whole was advertising for us and pushing it and making a big deal. When you come to BackerKit, they were advertising the Comictopia project and all of our books, making it real easy to get to our books. And if you backed like one of the books on there, then it'd be like, well, if you back that one and you back their partner book, then you'll get free extra swag from both of those. And if you back 5 different campaigns on Comictopia, you'll get a free comic book shipped to you. And so they really pushed the cross promotion hard. And I was like, well, try out a new platform and get all that cross promotion help. Like, that's extra advertising. All right, I'll go ahead and do that, because I was going to put out the next issue of Alice, the first issue of Alice anyway, because it got such great reviews in the Fish Tales anthology, and everybody, no matter what story they read, everybody's like, dude, that Alice story is fire, and that's a story I've been working on for 30 years, so it really means a lot to me, and I was going to go ahead and do it. This platform seems to be doing good. A new promotion, okay, I'll try it. I was really impressed with the way it worked. I did not beat my highest level on money I've earned on a solo campaign yet. I came up under $200 shy of beating my goal there, but I got like 50 more backers than I've gotten on a solo campaign there. And most of them are new backers, because a whole lot of my Kickstarter backers didn't transfer over. Like, some of them did, but I was really surprised how many didn't, and were like, I'll just catch it on the next Kickstarter, which is fine. You can, I knew that was going to happen, but I got a lot of new eyes on it over there, and that's really saying something.
I always have a lot of trouble getting people to go from one platform to another. Even if it's social media, like even getting somebody to go from Instagram to TikTok or from Facebook to one, like that's becoming impossible. I think, first of all, because the platforms don't want you to do that.
Oh no, they don't. They absolutely.
Looking at you, TikTok, mostly on that.
and then also, because people don't want to do it. Like, it's not convenient to leave one platform and go to another one. Like, and then if I'm posting the same stuff on all the platforms, then why would I do it anyway? So, what is your? I shouldn't ask this because I got a quick take kind of close to this. You know what? I'm not gonna ask it. I'm just gonna wait till later.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna wait till later. So,
right.
But social media is good and it's bad, man. I'm going to a show tomorrow, and I'm not great in front of people. Like, I'm just not amazing, like an amazing salesman. Even though my first job was in sales, like my first job was as a shoe salesman. And
did you ever meet Al Bundy?
No, I did not. I did not.
Did you ever throw 4 touchdowns in a single game?
On Madden, yes.
Oh, cool.
But
and he talks about it incessantly.
But
he didn't mention that it was in Madden, and all the touchdowns were all interceptions.
They were all for the other team, right? No, I just think that it's good to have kind of a balance, but thankfully Morgan will be there with me tomorrow. So Morgan is better in person. Like, we have a cool dynamic because Morgan is spot on in person. Like, this dude, engages with people. He just sticks to the table. He's focused on selling and doing what we're supposed to do at shows. And then I'm pretty good on social media. Like, I can pump out content, and I can keep keep making stuff and keep get people moving and stuff like that. So I think it's a good balance to have.
It's been difficult for me to get used to the social media aspect of it because I want to just stay head down, working all day, cranking out new books. And like I could get out so many more books a year if I didn't have to stop and do so many TikTok videos and things to explain, to try and I want to be helpful. I want to share positive information, but ultimately, like we also want people to see our brand and come check out our books and buy the stories that we're making. So, we're doing it for dual purposes. Like I want to be helpful to other people that want to try and do this and teach them from the mistakes and things that I've learned over the years. But also, like, I also want you to go check out my books. It's advertising. And that takes time. Setting up a Kickstarter, running a Kickstarter, doing all the podcasts and stuff to pitch it, and then, fulfilling it takes up so much time. I could get another book done just in the time it takes to run a Kickstarter. Like time, no problem.
You could probably. But I think that's one thing that we are kind of missing as indie creators. I know there are some companies that, kind of have a bigger staff and things like that. But I think if we utilize, each other in service of, whatever the project is that's coming out, if I was, making content for it and then, Fish and Kyron are drawing or Kyron is paying for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would,
wait, what?
I don't.
Wait, who's paying for what?
Kyron, you're paying for it. You're paying for it. And then, we're marketing in it, and then we'll get somebody to print, and we'll be fine. We'll be just fine.
Ain't nothing getting done then.
I really strongly believe that there is so much of an opportunity out there for so many people that like really want to be involved in comics but aren't necessarily good writers or artists. Like there are some people that are like really talented organizers or great salesmen or great at like, organizing and planning things and running businesses and things like that, that a lot of us that might be really good writers or illustrators or whatever aren't necessarily good at. Like some of the best creators I know that make the books that I'm the most excited to read aren't necessarily good at shows and don't like going to shows, don't like being out in front of people and talking to crowds and stuff, where like admittedly, like I'm autistic and it kind of terrifies me a little bit to be in a place filled with strangers and have to talk to people I don't know. But in building a mask over the years to get along easier with people, I built my mask off of people on TV. So I kind of have a little bit of that, hey, it's your Uncle Fish, good to see you, welcome back, that kind of vibe anyway. So it's easy to just kind of turn that up a little bit. And then I see the results. Like when I'm like, hey, you look like you like indie comics, and I got some of the most independent comics in the world. I want to check them out. And they start to giggle and laugh, and they come over, and I see the results. So it's kind of like working out. Like even though it's scary and I don't want to do it, I like the benefits that I get. So I keep doing it. And then once people see how excited I get about my books when I'm talking about them, it's either a sale or it isn't. Like usually it's infectious and you want to buy a book. If it's not, great, move on. Let me get to the next person because they're going to be into this. And so I enjoy it.
Who on TikTok said that you're flexing on us with your with the amount of books that you can get done in a year. Dude. It was like, hey,
I just started work on my 90th book since 2019.
There are professionals that worked for Marvel and DC that came and said they've made 90 books, dude. That's
right.
I'm not saying they're all award winners, but I'm just saying I worked on.
But they're all done though. That's the thing.
Like, they're all done. Almost every single one of them hit the deadline without problem. A couple of them, like maybe 3 out of that 90, went a day or 2 over. One, I think, was like a week over deadline, but it wasn't a big deal. Like I knew that going in. He wasn't like, this is a hard deadline. He was like, I would like it done this year. And I set an arbitrary deadline of how long it would take, and I got sick or something. I think we got COVID or something, and I was a week late. But that's the latest I've ever been, and I take a lot of pride in that. It bugs me that I missed it 3 times at all. But
No, I mean, going back to this, you have been making comics for a long time, and you've been part of the indie scene for big time. I don't know if I should ask the question, but what do you think the next evolution of indie? Nah, no, wait, no, not that one. Nah, we'll wait on that one.
You know what? I'm not sending you quick takes no more. I'm not even going to send you the quick takes. I'm just going to hold them until we do it, and then you're just going to have to put them up on the screen as you get them from me.
Okay, what is the next evolution of Fish as far as a creator? Because you're already doing, writing, you're drawing, you're coloring. Where can you take this? Like, where do you go from here to even?
I'm gonna say that sounds like an 80-pound dog over the microphone. Like that sounds like one 80-pound dog.
It sounds like it's right there in the room with him too.
The look on his face when they barked the first time, I thought it was like a canine unit busted in the door or something. Like it was loud.
I got some illegal comics down here that they're trying to get from me. No, there are two 50-pound dogs. They're two 50-pound dogs.
Oh, so now all of a sudden it's a total of 100 instead of.
Well, they got bigger over the summer. They've been eating a lot.
They've been snacking since the show started. We haven't
snacked a small child
since the show started. I'm just saying they packed on some protein somewhere. My next evolution, honestly, I have been trying to work towards becoming that better version of myself. Like I've been kind of scrambling and going in a lot of different directions, and partly because like my brain is miswired and it runs so fast with the Tourette's and the ADD and everything else. Like I launch a book like Caw and I knock out 4 issues of it, and I'm like, well, okay, this book has been out for 4 years, and like if it's not selling any better than this, maybe we should move on to the next book. And somebody else is like, dude, it's been like 5 months. You need to chill out and relax and like let people know that the book's out there first. I tend to run a lot faster in my brain than everybody else is around me, which can sometimes be a problem. I'm starting to work on really honing things down, trimming off the places where I'm wasting time and energy on things that aren't paying off. I don't need to be wasting time tilling fields that aren't going to bear fruit, and focus on the things that are, and focus on what I really want to accomplish. And I've been seeking some mentorship and some advice on that, in how to hone it down and make my process better and faster. And I've also been opening myself up to working with more people, like on Alice just recently. Like I said, I've been working on this story for 30 years. And like my kids grew up hearing this story. My son is now a really talented artist. He's starting to do freelance work and stuff. He would like to do comics and things.
You see his eyes go up when you said a really talented artist?
Oh,
that was Danny's hunting.
He's talented.
Kicking in. What? Another artist?
As fast as I am yet. I'm going to give you that caveat. He is not.
I don't care if he's as fast as you. I know he's new and he's good. That's what I care about. I know he's like entering the game.
Yes, I need to know what's his budget.
I need to know how much it costs to get him on a book now.
I hired him to color like half of the book of Alice for me. And he did a really beautiful job of it. And you would really be hard pressed to tell which pages he colored and which pages I colored. And it's kind of shuffled up, because I had already done a couple of short bits for the anthologies already, introducing it. And then I built out the whole story from there. So, it's not just here's his and here's mine. It's all shuffled through, and it really came out beautifully. And some of the most amazing shots are stuff that he got to color, and it was beautiful. And getting to work on that with my son getting to work on something that he's heard about his entire life and is now actually going to print, and he gets to put his name on it and stuff. That was a really amazing experience. I have started letting other people, like my buddy T.S. Luther from Can't Be Killed Comics. He did Tokyo Fire. He's been working on stuff with Lucky 33 Comics and other people. He's got a new book that's going to be coming out next year through one of the publishers. he's been doing good stuff, and he's a great writer. And like I let him write a story for the Fishtails anthology, and it was so good. He wrote the story for the mini comic that is going out with Alice for like the people that backed in the first week. He wrote that story about how Alice meets Big Ten for the first time. That's really cool. And we're talking right now, he may actually write the script for the next issue of Alice. Like we've been working out the story beats because like it's such a big complicated story, and there's so much like time travel and stuff and all this like stuff interwoven together that, you know, in my brain it's like this giant tapestry that covers the globe, and he's really helping me hone down on like which parts of this do we tell when and where, like how can we carve out sections of this that will make a beautiful picture right now and let people follow the threads and let it weave all together. And so I'm starting to learn to let go of more things, bring in some help and stuff, because ultimately I want this to be successful. I want the books to get out quickly, and I want us to make, you know, as much profit with as little wasted effort as possible. So that's where I'm trying to evolve to.
Okay. All right. Well, I see we got Alice and we got Fishtails. You know, where's my Green Zone book? What's going on with Green Zone?
Well, that's what I was saying. Now would be a great time to get in on the Patreon subscription if you haven't bought Green Zone up until now. I have brand new copies of Green Zone issue 1 coming in. They should be in a couple of days. And then, because in the last 14 months now of my Patreon, I've shipped out 15 books in 14 months. I know they thought it was crazy when I said I was going to ship out a book every month, but I've done it for 14 months, and you know, it's been working. I do what I say I'm going to do, and I haven't let anybody down yet. But in that time, I haven't released Green Zone yet. I've kind of been holding on to it just in case something happened. Like, you know, you could be in a car wreck and break my arm or something and not be able to draw for, 3 months. So, like, having a couple of books that were already done that I could release if I needed to, God forbid something happened, was nice. And now I'm like, now's the time. I want to release Green Zone 1. Will be this month's book that will ship out at the beginning of next month, because I like to wait to give everybody, like, to the end of the month, like give everybody that chance to subscribe, and then I ship them out the next week or two after that. Then the month after that will be Green Zone 2, then Green Zone 3, then the source book, and then, like I said, for December, issue 4, which will round out their whole first shift, and I'll find out what happened after the events of issue 3. Does, Lieutenant Waters survive? All this stuff. What happens to Danny? What happens to Virgil after everything that happened? What's he going to look like after everything that happened after that? All that's going to be in issue 4. And then that will also give me enough so next year I can release the trade, which will have all of that. It will have the source book, and it'll have entries for every character, in Green Zone. And it will have all kinds of extra material, like the short story my son did for, like, what happens outside of Green Zone. Another set of short stories that I did for this newspaper comic strip about a vigilante superhero dude that lives in the world of Green Zone, and like him hanging out at this bar. And it's a whole thing, but it's going to have like 100 pages of content or more in there. And like how I came up with the story and early sketches of the characters and all kinds of cool stuff. So that'll be out early next year. But Green Zone 4 is coming out for Christmas. So now's a good time to subscribe, and you can get all of that stuff.
Sounds like great
in that vigilante superhero in the Green Zone universe. I'm interested in that.
It is really cool. Like, he's an old, bitter man now, but the story is kind of, it really focuses around every night he hangs out at this bar and tries to drink himself unconscious because of the PTSD and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And he tells these like rambling stories about events that happened. And as the stories go on, you can piece together more and more about his life and how things have changed. And like, you realize as it goes on, he's got these two bodyguards that are always protecting him at the bar, stopping fans from getting to him, stopping him from getting to people when he gets too drunk. And every night they're doing this like a second job for free. As the story goes on, you find out that they're henchmen that he used to beat up all the time. And now they're protecting him with their lives. Why are they doing that? You know, that's going to come out in another book a little bit later. And it's going to be, that one gives me goosebumps. That one's going to be really good.
I love that. My brain isn't quite as fast as yours, but like I can't stop creating stories and storylines and stuff. So I already have so much stuff that I need to catch up on. So maybe me and you can fuse into one person at some time and make some Ace Blade books and a lot of TikTok videos. We need to make that happen. Get the Dragon Ball Z earrings and do the fusion, and you know,
Yeah.
we'll see. Okay. All right.
Romance is not going for me.
That'd be a great fusion. No hair. No, it'll be
We both have no hair.
No hair, beard,
glasses.
Yeah, we're set.
Would just meet in the middle of dark skin and light skin. It would be like a caramel quick fish. Yeah. Okay.
Oh God, no.
All right, so it's time for quick takes. I'm ready when you are, Kyron. Let's do it. Quick takes. So, if you have not seen the show before, quick take. That is not my dog. Stop it. Stop it. You found your magical buttons that make sounds, huh?
No, that's my dog.
Oh, that's your dog for real?
That's my dog.
He went old school with the sound effects. He just poking a dog with a stick.
Amazon was dropping a package off and she's freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
She hates people.
Amazon man comes every day, and the dogs have not got used to him yet.
Terrible. Okay, so if you haven't seen the show, Quick Takes is a rapid Q&A session where we grill our guests on their deepest, darkest secrets that we found on the internet. Leave that dog alone, Kyron. You didn't turn your camera on.
I didn't turn my camera off. My bad.
And Fish,
I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. You better shut up. Oh. All right.
It's crazy.
What?
Okay.
Why are y'all laughing?
So
not 45 seconds.
Question number 1. Oh yeah, you got 45 seconds each to answer each question. The people on TikTok are laughing at you, Kyron, or they're laughing at me. So question number 1. I recently found out that you and I have a similar taste in cereal. So I want you to tell me.
You like the Donald Trump cereal?
No, definitely not.
I'm sure he makes one.
There is. I'm sure
he has one, but
there is.
It's got the most gold flakes in it that you're ever going to see.
Probably like Captain Crunch. But anyway, so Madagascar cereal. There was a cereal, a s'mores kind of grahams, crackers, Madagascar cereal.
You went way back.
Probably one of the best cereals I'd ever tasted, and I saw that you posted that you had it too. And I wish there was a way, but there's no question here. We're just going to talk about how good this cereal was.
I'm just going to do the 45 seconds right now. Then
there's actually
you went way back.
If you go, there's a s'mores cereal. Malto Lakes makes it. They sell it
if
at
you
food.
can find it.
If you can find
I tell you what you can do, because the s'mores one is good. It's the same thing basically, but you can't always find it, especially where I am. Golden Grams, Cocoa Puffs, and then the mini marshmallows will make your own s'mores. I went on Amazon and you can buy the mini marshmallows. You can get colored or whatever you want. Yeah. You can buy them cheap in bulk, and I may or may not have made bulk batches of my own s'more cereal, because It's good. Of course, then the diabetes got the better of me, and I can't have it no more. But
just to confirm, there was no actual question on this. Y'all just talking about cereal.
Man, it was good though. It was good, man. You obviously haven't had it. That's the problem. That's the problem. You sitting there eating your Donald Trump gold bran flakes, and tearing up the roof.
I did find the post though that he was talking about.
That's it.
It is so good. Y'all, and that is way back. When was that?
April 18th, 2016. World, let me tell you how much I love me some Laura Smithart alone. She bought some Batman cereal just because she saw it and knew I would love it, which led my wife to buy other new cereals like Superman and my new absolute favorite in the whole wide world, Madagascar S'mores. Laura, you rock out loud.
It's so great.
I was like, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, like, see, that's the deepest, darkest secrets that we found on the internet, man.
Yeah, that's like 2 wives ago, man.
Damn.
He said 2 wives ago. Okay, so this is a question.
I hope my wife ain't watching that because I hear something downstairs now that I said that.
You go, hey, your next bowl series is gonna be poison. Okay, so this next question is one I've been asking a lot of people lately. Because we were talking about earlier.
How many wives have you had?
No, just the 2.
No. Because we're talking,
I'm gonna be eating bachelor chow out on the street pretty soon.
Facts. I'm not messing with
it. It was worth it for the jokes.
Terrible. Okay, it's so hard to get people
say goodbye to yesterday. My bad.
Quick Takes is
I'm listening, Danny. I don't know what the problem is.
Quick Takes is sponsored by Gemini Comic Supply. If you go to Gemini Comic Supply, use Ace Blade, you get 10% off. Okay, no, I'm gonna ask the question. Okay. If you had to bet your life, you bet your whole future of your indie comics career on one social media platform. You can't use any social media platform. You don't use one for the rest of your indie comics career, your comic book career. Which one would you stick with and why?
God, if I had to pick right now, just out of the blue, like I would like to say TikTok because I enjoy it and I like the fact that it gets me out in front of new eyes all the time. But if I just had to pick out of the blue, I would say YouTube because it has survived so many ups and downs through social media. It has been so standard for so long. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon, where I don't know how long Facebook has really of it being, not being MySpace or, AOL Messenger. Like eventually it's going to go the way of the dodo, but it's paid enough money to try and put a hit out on TikTok before it goes. So I would guess YouTube.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer for sure. Okay, question number 3. And this is the one that Kyron tried to spoil earlier. But indie comics is always changing, right? There's people saying that AI is the new AI is going to take indie comics to the next level. There are people who are saying that we need to go back to traditional, pen and ink so that, Skynet can't steal our stuff. What do you think is the next evolution of indie comics?
I really like digital comics. I like digital comics a lot, but it's never going to quite be the same as holding a comic. I honestly wonder if animation and video comics and stuff aren't the next evolution, because essentially comic books got so big because they were the cheap disposable media of the time. They were the cheapest way to get information out to the most eyes. And now that's like social media stuff like YouTube is the cheapest way to get stuff out there. Honestly, if I was to start all over from scratch now as a kid coming up, I would be working more towards doing short form animated bits of my stories on YouTube instead of comic books and try and get monetized that way, I think.
That's a good idea. I like it. I'm stealing it. Okay, question number 4. So, you draw a lot of stuff. You draw a lot of stuff, and you draw very fast, Fish. I know at one point you were doing a thing where you did a dice roll, and then you picked a power set, and like you were making characters just off the top of your head by
I'm going to
rolling.
go back to doing that too on my TikTok pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, if there was one thing that you could never, that you would never have to draw again, say you're so one thing that you've drawn so much of that you're tired of it, what would that one thing be that you would never want to draw again?
You can stop the timer now. I've already made a rule of Nazis. I don't want to draw Nazi anything again for nothing. I have had too many client books come in that are like, oh, we're going to punch the Nazis, or we're going to beat up the Nazis, or the Nazi plan went wrong and created the superhero. Or whatever. I am so sick of it, and I am so tired of having to search up Nazi propaganda flags and stuff on my search engine. Like, there's no way to look for that without saying what you're looking for. It's worse to try and go roundabout and try and use some kind of dog whistle words. I'm not going to do that. So, like, I don't want to ever have to search for Nazi flags again, ever, as long as I live. If you can't come up with a Hydra or something else, don't hire me. I don't want to do it. That's my 2 cents.
And that is a highlight for next week that I'm going to be posting on social media.
That's the one. That's the clip.
No more Nazis. I don't care if you do want to punch them. I don't want to draw any more swastikas.
That's the clip for next week for sure. Oh, okay. Question number 5, and we always have a top 5 for question number 5. And this week, your top 5. I want to know because I've seen you posting holidays all through the year. You're a big family man. I know you like time with the family. So I want to know, what are your
top 5 holidays?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that has changed so much. Used to be 4th of July, hands down. But once I quit drinking and quit making my own fireworks, that quit being as much fun. So that lost the number 1 slot. Now, honestly, like, Thanksgiving is my number 1 favorite holiday, and Christmas is my second. And Thanksgiving just gets the top slot because you're just coming together to share a meal with your family and love on each other, and you're not having to worry about any ulterior, like, greed, gifts, things. Like, nobody is coming to our family Christmas, ooh, what are they going to get me, a new car? You're not getting that in my house. Like, you're getting like a t-shirt or something. But
stop that car industry with this stupid that we give cars for Christmas gifts. That needs to stop.
Oh my God, that is so ridiculous. You know what I got you, sweetie? I got you 5 years of debt that you didn't know anything about. Congratulations. Oh my God, it's for me. Yeah, no.
And an increase in your car insurance.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's so stupid. And I got me a matching one too. We're not going to be able to afford the mortgage payments, but we're going to be able to drive so fast.
And it came with a giant red bow too. So
oh my God. Do you know how much those bows cost? They're freaking ridiculous. They make it look like it's nothing on those commercials. They're too freaking expensive.
And when you buy them on your own, if you get them off of Amazon, you have to put them together yourself. And they're surprisingly tricky. We got one for when we got Kendra her first car. And it was really hard to put that thing on that car and then drive it down the hill so that she didn't see it when she got home from school. It was so ridiculous.
Now, you see, Fish, you and I don't know anything about putting together some giant bows. Obviously, we are not in that kind of tax bracket.
I don't know nothing about buying my kids no car.
Exactly. So, Danny out here spreading lies about me and my wealth. And
I remember buying my kid a skateboard one year for his birthday, and that was a big investment.
You can put a ball on a skateboard.
Oh, yeah, easy. But I ain't got to worry about putting one on no car. I ain't buying a car for nobody.
It was a 2000 Kia Soul. It was not a fancy car.
In 1999.
No, this was last year. This is 2022 or something like that. Anyway, this week's quick takes has been brought to you by Gemini Comic Supply. Go to GeminiComicSupply.com and you get 10% off your entire order. Thanks for doing that for us, Fish.
Oh man, anytime.
Fish, we're out of time.
Man.
I am sad, but you have another show to do right after this. So
You actually do.
yeah,
I do.
and I wish we had more time because I wanted to talk about your time in the witness protection program and how that affected you.
That's it. We're done. I put it on the list of things we can't talk about, along with Kyron's unrequited love for me.
What? I need to start reading these surveys.
You
I don't
really do.
I don't want to work into being a smart aleck. You should be reading them.
You really do.
Some of my best
preview.
Terrible.
But no, we do appreciate you as always being on the show with us. We want to make sure our audience who hasn't heard you before for some reason, maybe they're a new audience, maybe the
haven't seen me on any of the podcasts I'm on all the
time. Where can people? What the hell? Where can people check you out and follow you? And oh my God, Danny.
Mr. Fish Comics on all social media. Mr. Fish Comics on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all of the places, and on Patreon. You can go to check it out, Mr. Fish Comics, and it'll take you there. And you can sign up for the Patreon, get a book shipped to your house every month for $10, or get a digital comic for $5. I love digital comics. That's the tier I would take myself. And MrFishComics.com. You can buy books there.
All right. Tempest Law, thank you for watching. Danny,
yeah, thank you, Tempest.
Where can people check you out?
If you want to find me, the best place to go now is our website, fourthwallpros.com. And if you want to find me on social media, it's at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms. Kyron, where can people find you?
We don't have the Kickstarter anymore, so I don't have to say that one. You can find me at tauruscomics.com. You can find me at all social media platforms at Taurus Comics. And again, September 12th, you can find me at the Crocker Art Museum, downtown Sacramento. I'll be walking around CrockerCon from 6 to 9, helping out as much as possible and hopefully putting together a good show. But as far as this show is concerned, if you've never listened to our podcast before, you can go to our website, fourtailspodcast.com. That is the number 4, TALES podcast.com. You can listen to our previous episodes. You can link to our YouTube and other social media. I don't know what that was. It popped up like out of nowhere. It just randomly happened. I was like, wait, what? What was that? Anyways, Four Tails Podcast. I'm leaving that in the podcast. So
absolutely.
fourtailspodcast.com. Go to our previous episodes. But join us next week where we're gonna have Robert Venditti, writer from DC Comics and Bad Idea Comics, talking about his new book, Death Planet. And hopefully we will also have Derek Kolstad, which is joining him, which is the writer and creator of the John Wick movies.
Ooh.
So we'll see. Fingers crossed he's going to join Robert, but hopefully we can have him on and have some good times, find out what Death Planet is all about. But until next time, everybody, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.